Did you know 5 isometric holds can fix almost every mobility problem you're dealing with? So let's jump right in with our first hold, the deep squat hold. Now, you've probably never considered holding a squat as a mobility exercise, but physical therapists consider it one of the most effective positions for hip mobility and ankle flexibility. If you've got tight hips, lower back pain, or you feel stiff every time you try to bend over, this one hold addresses all of it. Don't worry if you've never done it before, you can easily perform this right at home with no equipment at all. If you sit for long hours throughout the day, you'll definitely want to learn the correct way to hold a deep squat. So here's how you do it. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and your toes pointed slightly outward. Slowly lower yourself down into a deep squat position, keeping your heels flat on the ground and your chest as upright as possible. Your hips should drop below your knees if your mobility allows it. Once you're in the bottom position, just hold it there. Try to hold for about 20 to 30 seconds to start, and then gradually work yourself up to like 60 seconds or longer. Trust me, if you've never done it before, it is not as easy as it looks. Your ankles, hips, and back will be working in ways they probably haven't moved in years, so you're going to want to start off holding onto something sturdy like a countertop or a door frame until you build up that stability and flexibility. What makes the deep squat hold so powerful is that it works multiple joints through their full range of motion, while also teaching your body to be comfortable in positions it's lost access to. Most people can barely get into a deep squat anymore because they spend their entire day sitting in chairs, but your body is designed to rest in a deep squat. Look at young children or people in cultures where floor sitting is common. They can hold a deep squat for minutes without any discomfort. When you never use that full range of motion in your hips and ankles, those joints get stiff and your body compensates by putting stress on your lower back instead. That's why so many people with limited squat depth also have chronic lower back problems and need joint pain relief. By holding a deep squat regularly, you're essentially reminding your joints how they're supposed to move. You're lubricating the hip and ankle joints, stretching the muscles that have become chronically shortened, and teaching your body to feel safe and stable in this natural resting position. After just a few weeks of doing this hold, you'll notice that bending over feels easier, getting down to the ground becomes more natural, and that nagging lower back tightness starts to fade away. All right, now that we've opened up the lower body with the deep squat, it's time to shift the focus to a position that targets your hip rotation in multiple directions. The 90-90 hip hold takes your hip joint through ranges of motion that most people have completely lost access to over the years. Now, this hold is great for improving internal and external hip rotation at the same time. These are some commonly restricted ranges of motion when people are dealing with hip stiffness and lower back pain. By targeting both internal and external rotation simultaneously, it helps to restore the natural movement patterns your body has lost from years of sitting in chairs and moving in limited planes of motion. If sitting cross-legged on the floor feels impossible, or you've experienced tightness deep in your hips, the 90-90 hip hold is a must-have in your routine to make you feel younger and more mobile. So let me show you how to do it. Start by sitting on the floor with one leg in front of you and one leg behind you, both bent at 90-degree angles. Your front shin should be roughly parallel to your body, and your back shin should be roughly perpendicular to it. This is the 90-90 position. And for many people, just getting into this position is a serious challenge. Now try to sit up tall with your chest lifted and your spine straight. If you can't keep your spine upright, that's a sign your hips are very tight, and you may need to sit on a yoga block or a folded towel to elevate yourself slightly. Once you're in position, just hold it there, focus on breathing deeply and allowing your hips to relax into the stretch. Hold for about 30 to 60 seconds per side. If maintaining this position is a challenge, just use your hands on the ground behind you for extra support. Keep your torso as upright as possible throughout the hold. Avoid leaning to one side or collapsing forward, as that will reduce the effectiveness of the position. After just a couple minutes of this hold, you're going to feel your hips start to really open up. But if this position is too challenging for you at first, you can try sitting on a higher surface like a yoga block or even a low bench to make getting into the 90-90 easier. I'm pretty sure you're going to be looking forward to the 5th exercise because it's one that dramatically improves your upper back strength and shoulder stability. It's especially helpful for anyone who feels tightness between their shoulder blades, but more on that coming up. Right now, we're at the bird dog hold. This is simple but incredibly effective. At first glance, it may look like just a basic core exercise, but this hold provides one of the most complete stability challenges for your entire body that you can possibly do. It specifically targets your core, lower back, glutes, and shoulders all at once. Now, this hold isn't just about building strength, it's about functionality and injury prevention. The bird dog hold teaches your body to maintain stability while moving your limbs independently, which is exactly what happens when you walk, reach, or perform any daily activity. When your core can't stabilize your spine properly, your lower back compensates by tightening up, which leads to chronic pain and stiffness. So to perform this hold, start on all fours with your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your back in a neutral position with your core engaged. Now simultaneously extend your right arm straight out in front of you and your left leg straight behind you. Your arm and leg should be parallel to the ground, and your body should form a straight line from your fingertips to your toes. Now here's where most people make a mistake. They let their hips rotate or their lower back arch. Instead, keep your hips level and square to the ground. Imagine you're balancing a cup of water on your lower back and you don't want to spill a single drop. Squeeze your glute on the extended leg side to keep your leg straight and engaged. Hold this position for about 20 to 30 seconds per side. As you grow stronger, you can increase the hold time to 45 seconds or even 60 seconds. Focus on slow, deep breathing to help maintain stability and control throughout the hold. Now, if you're someone who deals with chronic back pain, stiff hips, or joints that ache every time you move, I want to tell you about something that can help. Doing these 5 holds is great, but if you want a complete day-by-day program that restores your mobility from head to toe, that's exactly why I created Reboot Your Body. It's a simple, step-by-step 30-day program designed to help you move pain-free again so you can get down on the floor with your kids or grandkids, get up without wincing, and actually enjoy being active instead of dreading it. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Now that we've focused on core stability, let's shift gears and dive into a hold that challenges your balance and strengthens all the small stabilizer muscles in your feet, ankles, and hips. Single leg balance is one of the most underrated exercises for maintaining independent living and preventing falls as we age. Your ability to balance on one leg is directly connected to your overall mobility, strength, and functional capacity. It's designed to be natural and effortless, but due to modern lifestyles where we're always wearing supportive shoes and walking on flat surfaces, our balance systems become weak and unreliable. When your balance deteriorates, you become more cautious in your movements, which leads to even more stiffness and loss of mobility. This hold not only improves your balance, but it also strengthens your ankles, activates your glutes, and challenges your core to maintain an upright posture. Look, if you've ever felt wobbly when standing on one foot to put on your shoes, this hold right here is essential for regaining that natural stability. It's also going to transfer over to activities like hiking, walking on uneven surfaces, or playing with your kids or grandkids, and make all those movements feel safer and more confident. Now, I know it looks easy, but I suggest paying close attention to the form. You're going to want to stand tall, with your feet hip-width apart. Shift your weight onto your right foot and slowly lift your left foot just a few inches off the ground. Keep your standing legs straight but not locked, with a slight bend in your knee. Now focus on a spot on the wall directly in front of you at eye level. This visual anchor will help you maintain your balance. Keep your hips level and your core engaged. Imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head to help maintain an upright spine and proper alignment throughout your body. Hold this position for about 30 to 60 seconds per side. As you improve, you can make it more challenging by closing your eyes, standing on a soft surface like a pillow, or slowly moving your lifted leg in different directions while maintaining your balance. If you need extra support, start by lightly touching a wall or countertop with one finger. Then gradually reduce that support as your balance improves over time. Avoid locking your standing knee or leaning your torso to one side. Focus on slow, controlled breathing in order to maintain calm and stability. The key is to let your ankle and hip stabilizers do the work, not your arms flailing around trying to catch your balance. If you find yourself losing balance repeatedly, that's actually valuable information. It tells you which side is weaker and needs more attention. When most people try to improve their mobility, they often forget that their upper back and shoulders need strengthening in extended positions. That's why I saved the prone swimmer ISO for last. This hold is a highly effective movement that targets your upper back, rear shoulders, and the muscles that support good posture, which are some of the most commonly weak areas in the human body. This is a simple yet very powerful way to improve your upper back strength, reduce tension in your neck and shoulders, and increase your ability to maintain upright posture throughout the day. These are all things that lead to living a better life with less pain and more confidence in how you carry yourself. So if you struggle with rounded shoulders, have trouble keeping your chest up throughout the day, or feel weakness in your upper back, this hold is a must. Poor upper back strength from years of sitting hunched over leads to compensations throughout your entire body. The Prone Swimmer ISO will help restore that strength and make standing tall feel natural and effortless again. Follow closely how to do it. You're going to start by lying face down on the floor with your arms extended overhead in a Y position, about 45 degrees away from your body. Your legs should be straight and together behind you with your toes pointed. Now simultaneously lift your chest, arms, and legs off the ground, keeping everything straight and engaged. Your arms should stay in that Y position, and your legs should be lifted just a few inches off the floor. Look down at the ground to keep your neck in a neutral position. Avoid cranking your head back, as that will create unnecessary tension in your neck. Hold this position for about 15 to 20 seconds to start. You should feel your entire posterior chain working, from your upper back down through your glutes. As you grow stronger, you can increase the hold time to 30 seconds or even 45 seconds. Focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together and keeping your arms straight and active throughout the hold. You're going to want to avoid arching your lower back excessively. The goal is to feel this hold primarily in your upper back and shoulders, not your lower back. Focus on engaging your glutes in order to protect your spine and maximize the benefit to your upper back. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try moving your arms to different positions, like straight out to the sides or down by your hips to target different parts of your upper back. As you get stronger, you can also try holding light water bottles in your hands to add resistance, but only after you can comfortably hold the position for 30 seconds with just your body weight. All right, now's the time for me to show you how you can combine these holds into a very quick and effective routine that you can do every single day. Up first, you're going to do the deep squat hold for 2 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Start by holding onto something for support and then progress to holding it without assistance. Then you're going to do the 90-90 hip hold for 2 sets of 30 to 60 seconds per side. Focus on sitting up tall and breathing deeply into the stretch. Then over to the bird dog hold, and you're going to hold for 20 to 30 seconds per side for 2 rounds. After that, we do single leg balance for 2 sets of 30 to 60 seconds per leg. And finally, the prone swimmer ISO, which you're going to hold for 15 to 30 seconds for 2 rounds. As always, be sure to take your time and breathe through each hold. This isn't a workout where you're trying to rush or create maximum effort. In total, this routine takes about 15 to 20 minutes and addresses mobility and stability in your hips, ankles, core, and upper back. These are the areas that cause the vast majority of stiffness, pain, and balance problems that people experience. This routine, consistently done daily or at least 4 to 5 times per week, will yield noticeable results within just a few weeks. You'll feel more stable on your feet, move with more confidence, and that constant tightness you've been living with will start to fade away. The key is consistency. These holds work, but only if you actually do them regularly and focus on maintaining proper form throughout each position. The deep squat hold restores your natural resting position and opens up tight hips and ankles. The 90-90 hip hold targets rotational mobility that most people have completely lost. The bird dog hold builds core stability and teaches your body to move with control. Single leg balance strengthens your stabilizer muscles and prevents falls. And the prone swimmer ISO rebuilds the upper back strength you need for pain-free posture. When you put all 5 of these holds together, you're creating a complete mobility and stability system that addresses every major area where stiffness and weakness develop. You're not just treating symptoms with temporary stretches, you're fixing the root causes of limited movement and chronic discomfort through sustained positions that retrain your body. And here's the thing, these holds don't require you to be in great shape to start. They meet you where you are right now. If you can only hold the deep squat for 10 seconds, that's fine. If you need to use your hands for support in the 90-90 position, that's expected. The goal is progress, not perfection. Start with what you can do today and watch how your body responds over the next few weeks. You'll notice small improvements at first, maybe your squat depth increases slightly, or you can balance a bit longer without wobbling. Then those small improvements compound into bigger changes. Suddenly you're moving better, feeling younger, and living with less pain and more confidence than you have in years. Share this video with a friend that you think would also find it to be helpful.